welcome Katelyn.
Hi.
Caitlin is going to be one of 32 authors at the Fall Book Festival that is coming up on October 18th in downtown Greer at the historic Greer Depot. Tell us about the books that you're going to be bringing with you.
Yeah, so I want to thank you for having me as an author there. I have two different series. I write women's fiction, mystery thrillers, and suspense.
Ooh.
So the first series that I have is the Choice series,
Okay.
and this is the cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a 17-year-old girl. She runs away from her drug addicted mom, ends up in bad circumstances, and then is offered a choice to help stop a human trafficking orchestrator at a local university. So it's a trilogy. It does start off with a lot of mystery and suspense, and then it kind of keeps adding throughout. The second series that I have is a complete opposite. It's more or less writing in a villain's perspective, but it
Ooh.
is my Silencer series.
Okay.
And so what happens? It's a complete opposite of the first series. So the second series, she's from North Carolina, country life, and then she moves to upstate New York, and
Ooh.
she's trying to find work. Well, then she ends up falling in love and ends up being in love with a serial killer and trying to figure out how to get out of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it is, like I said, complete opposites because she ends up taking on the role, and so much happens that it becomes a trilogy in itself.
So you've got two trilogies then.
Yes, I do.
Awesome. And so, what got you writing these trilogies? What inspired each of them?
So the funny thing is, I've been writing since I was 13 years old, and I actually started the Choice series when I turned 18. I was in college, and I decided that I was wanting to write something with the college, university, and then also a controversy that's not talked about much at that time in the media, whereas it is this time now. I actually took a 10-year break from it, and then I picked it back up, rewrote the whole story, and then proceeded to make it a trilogy because I just fell in love with the storyline altogether.
So, do you write when you write, do you plot everything out and are you an outliner, a plotter, or are you more of a pantser and just write whatever comes to mind?
I am an outliner. I don't go by my outlines all the time, but I do like to have my general ideas. I know it's hilarious because what happens is I like to make bullet points, outline
Mhm.
what I want included. Then I try to make them chronological
Mhm.
and figure out how they're going to flow and make it beautiful. So it ends up after I doing it. This after my apologies. This is my southern part of
That's
me.
okay.
So how I do it is I outline, I put so many bullets together. I break it up in chapters, but then sometimes what happens is I realize that maybe chapter 10 really should have been in chapter 1 to kind of make the story understandable and flow better. And so that's why I say I'm not very good at keeping with the outline, but I am good at making that outline and then fixing it as I go.
So, what inspired the second series? Because it's so dramatically different from your first series.
It is so funny. I'm a country girl. All around me is country and everything, and I wanted to start it out with that vibe, the southern vibe and everything.
Mhm.
And then I'm also like, I guess you could say, a action adventure movie
Mhm.
thriller loving person, and also a book reader. Like, if there is something that is suspense all the way, action packed throughout the book, it's keeping my attention, and that's what inspired it. It was just I wanted the unique differences of two
Mhm.
lives, two completely opposite lives, falling in love and then seeing where it goes to where it ends up, that it just creates a storyline. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it
Yes,
was
no spoilers.
it was
They're
an
gonna have
amazing way of
they're
writing that one.
yeah, they'll have to buy the book in order to figure out where the stories go. So you've got 2 trilogies. Are there any more
Yeah.
books in those series, or do you have a new what's next on the agenda for you?
So I'm actually in the process of actually writing another book. It's going to be a standalone.
Oh,
Um, However, yeah, it's going to be a standalone. I know. I finally went from a trilogy to a standalone. I laugh at it too because honestly, I keep writing in it and I think this could be a trilogy.
well, hey,
So it's been really interesting, and I actually have took this project that I'm working on because I write other projects and then I kind of put them to the side. I want to see if I truly want them and then to, I guess, grow. But this one that
mhm.
I'm currently working on, I decided to take a new challenge. I had to do extended research on it, and it's a mixture of both, kind of like the first series and a second series put in together and created a whole new storyline that's just really interesting. So that I guess for my future goals, I'm still writing and I still publish. I still work with a lot of my local bookstores,
Mhm.
and so the funny thing is, the beginning of the year, I lived in Surry County, North Carolina.
Mhm.
Now I have moved and I live in Gaston County, North Carolina. So I've moved 100 miles. So I'm kind of
Okay.
starting over in a new area. So I haven't got to branch out to my local bookstores in this area yet.
Oh.
But I'm still in touch with the ones in Surry County.
Mhm.
And they're always asking me, what projects are you working on? Anytime I go by, so much positive feedback from everyone. So
Oh,
it's super cool.
so are you self-publishing or do you have a publisher?
I am self-publishing.
Okay. Have you ever considered going with a publisher or do you enjoy the self-publishing better?
So that's a great topic in itself. When I first started in my writing journey, when I turned 18, I thought I was going with a traditional publisher, and unfortunately, it was not. So, and it was neither of these two series. It was actually another young adult fantasy series, and that publishing company ended up being um, just one of those that fell through. So,
Okay.
not to disregard any of that, but it put a bad taste of traditional publishing,
Mhm.
unfortunately. So I moved towards the self-publishing and started following a lot of people on YouTube, Facebook, and also TikTok, and started seeing how they do, and marketing and things. And I was like, this would be something I feel confident in doing.
Mhm.
Um, so that's kind of my journey. I did try the traditional, it was not for me. And so
It's
now I
okay.
self-publish and self-market.
And this is the part that I absolutely love hearing is what is everybody's journey because everybody's different. Whether they want to do self-publishing, whether they want to do traditional, and everybody's why is all over the board. So it's your journey. And if self-publishing is the route that you want to go, then that's definitely the route you need to go. Um, so you've got the 2 series, you've got the standalone. Now, the
Yeah,
fantasy you mentioned the fantasy series.
I
Do
did.
you have those books back in your do you have the rights back from that or what's gonna
So
happen with
that's
those?
a great. Yes, so the original versions
Mhm.
are always going to be with that publisher, unfortunately.
Okay.
However, since I guess growing and developing my writing skills, it the original is nothing like the newer version. So I have still been working on it. I am still revising and getting things back to how I want it to be, and where I've learned so much over the years.
Mhm,
It has truly it honestly mesmerized me of how much it went from like a 40,000 word book to now
mhm.
it's up to 100,000.
Oh,
So yeah, so that's why I was like, it's nothing like the original.
mhm.
So hopefully that does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Also,
So is writing your career your full-time career, or do you have a day job?
I do have a day job. Writing has always been my secondary, but my most enjoyable, and it's I don't even call it a hobby no more. So it is a career to me, but it is literally like it gives me the most joy in a lot of aspects of my life.
So what do you do for your day job then?
I am an office manager in accounting. So, yeah,
So
a
not
complete
creative.
opposite.
That is definitely not creative. So this is great that you're able to sort of turn, because I know it's two different sets of brains almost,
Yeah.
that accounting side versus the creative side. They're so vastly different.
Yeah.
Um, do you see your writing career at some point taking over as your full-time job?
Absolutely. I really do. Like, and I inspire anyone. If anyone's out there writing, and even if you're just writing for yourself or for a friend, I feel that anyone has the potential to make it a lifelong career.
Mhm.
And so, and I may not see that until I'm 60 or 70. I hope way before then, but it would be nice to have that accomplishment. And
Mhm.
I encourage anyone who writes and wants to strive for it to be the goal to definitely keep moving towards it.
Awesome. I can't wait to meet you in person because
I can't wait to meet all
we
of y'all.
I know we're going to have a great time because we have such a diverse gathering of authors, because there's 32 authors and we've got around 51 different genres that are represented,
Nice.
and
That is
somewhere
awesome.
around 150 book titles.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, it's just it's phenomenal, and we have authors that are representing 9 different states.
Nice. That is
So,
so amazing.
it's easy to get North Carolina because, we're neighbors,
Yeah.
and it's easy to get Georgia because, once again, bordering neighbors, especially
Yep.
the upstate here where it's like, okay, within 2 hours, I can actually be in Tennessee, uh,
Right. Yeah,
which
exactly.
to me is just fabulous. So, we've
Yeah.
and I know we have Tennessee represented, so we have all 4 states right in in the little upstate area that we border. So, and then we've got Michigan, Virginia, Texas, Oklahoma,
Wow.
Alabama, and I'm sure I'm leaving somebody out.
This is so awesome. I'm so excited. Anytime I go to festivals or anywhere, it's always so exciting to meet people from all sorts of life, and also all sorts of genres.
Yeah.
Like, when you said 150 titles, I'm over here like, okay, I know exactly what my list is going to be. Finding all the titles that are not mine
Well, and
and
that's
meeting
the
the
thing
authors. This
is
is
like,
awesome.
you know, it And that's the great thing, and we've got this wonderful new game that I'm in the process of finishing up all the details because we're moving the passport to reading from a physical paper booklet to electronic.
Yeah.
So,
That,
it's taken a bit, but it will definitely be done in time, and everybody will get instructions on how to play it. Uh
right.
but it definitely encourages visiting all of the authors plus bonus points when you buy books from the authors. So it's gonna be great. I am so looking forward to this and looking forward to meeting you in person. Um, we are gonna have such a great time, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your day and finding internet signal when
I
technology
know.
doesn't
I am
want to
sorry.
cooperate.
I know. And then, of course, I live close to an airport, so you probably heard all the planes going.
No, but I live close to the
Thankfully.
airport
Okay,
too,
good.
so
Good. I'm hearing them, and I'm like, oh no.
yeah, I know. No, thankfully, it's really the microphones these days do a really good job of cutting out all of that background noise, thankfully.
Good. Yeah.
But
Especially
thank
when days like this happen.
exactly. It's technology. It's wonderful when it works, and we were able to get through the entire interview so that and it actually looks like your internet improved as we went.
That sounds about right. I always say it's a cloud if there's a cloud above me, and it's a blue sky today, so I can't even say
Mhm.
there's a cloud above me. It's that fictional cloud up there.
Yep. Well, thank you for joining me, and I will see
Yes,
you in about a month.
yes, thank you. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to meeting you and all the other authors there.
Thanks.